Greetings, listener. Today, you'll be listening to a story originating from Juarez, Mexico, along the Rio Grande. However, this tale has been told far and wide across Latin America, and perhaps even the entire world. And the legend goes like this. In the town of Juarez, Mexico, along the Rio Grande, there lived a beautiful young woman by the name of Maria. As Maria grew older, she became more beautiful, and her striking image charmed all the local men. Yet, coming from a poor family, Maria's mother, Elizabeth, encouraged her to marry one of these dashing young men for a good life. However, Maria refused, flaunting that her beauty would one day attract the charms of a very rich man. And Maria would in fact attract a very rich man, because before long a young ranchero rode into Juarez, who was very well known for being the son of a very wealthy ranchero a few miles out of town. Dressed to the nines, handsome, as well as a well-groomed horse, accompanied by a fancy saddle. All signs of a very wealthy man. Maria would follow this man all around town, trying to get his attention, yet he only seemed to be interested in everyone but her. And at night, he would charm the people of the town with his guitar and beautiful voice, breaking Maria's fragile heart. One day, the young ranchero came into the tienda where Maria was shopping. She blushed from embarrassment as she was wearing an old, dirty, tattered dress. However, the blushing beauty suddenly caught the eye of the young ranchero. A fatal mistake for her, unfortunately. After a short courtship, the ranchero offered an enormous dowry, and they were soon married, in spite of the objections of the ranchero's father. After their marriage, they moved to Mesilla, where it is said he worked his own ranch, and worked as a merchant along El Camino Real. And soon after, Maria bore him 3 children. As the years went by, Maria and her husband grew apart. He would often leave for months at a time, selling goods along El Camino Real, supposedly. He developed little interest in Maria or the children, and she suspected her husband was being unfaithful. One day, Maria was walking along the street with her 3 children when she noticed her husband walking around with another woman. He passed her and the children, not even acknowledging their presence. And Maria's heart was wrenched in two. Her anger exploded into an engulfing, jealous rage. If only she didn't have the children, she thought. Then her husband would love her again. In her rage, she dragged her 3 children to the Rio Grande and slowly lowering their heads and held them underwater until the limp corpses of the 3 children floated down the river. Returning home later that evening, she explained to her husband what she had done to regain his love. Mortified, he threw her out of his life. It is said Maria roamed the streets of Mesilla for many nights, wailing and sobbing for her lost kin, earning her the name La Llorona, the wailing woman. Realizing she had lost everything, she went down to the river and cried for her children one last time. And with one last blood-curdling shriek, Maria yelled, When there was no answer, she drove a dagger deep into her chest and jumped into the depths of the Rio Grande. The people of Mesilla, finding her body some way down the river, buried her in the town cemetery. It is said, even today, La Llorona can be seen roaming the cemetery and the river, crying for her children.